What's up, everybody? Shawn here with another live to roll. And no, Bobby, I was watching it on the TV. I was watching your show on our TV,
Oh,
on the YouTube app. Sorry, me and Bobby were talking right before the show about last week how I wasn't in the chat because I was watching the show, but we actually put it on our TV on the app, but it's not signed in there, and you can't really. It's hard to text or do the stuff when it's on the
yeah, through the TV.
yeah through the TV.
I rarely watch YouTube through the TV.
We watch it all the time. We literally that's one of our like yeah at home. YouTube is one of like we watch our news. We watch the PBS News Hour, even the ABC News Hour. That's where we get both of our news things that we do watch. That's where we watch like a bunch of different stuff. Rosie's. No, that's on the regular TV on PBS.
Wait, wait, what? Rosie, what?
She made a joke about Rosie's Rules. It's a cartoon they have on the kids, and we I
You just
I
like it. Like you don't have
it's
to
just
explain.
they're cute cartoons, but she does this little wiggle it out thing, and I was doing it the other night, and she was making. I don't know if anybody saw. We posted some just random funny stuff on Saturday. We were just laughing and having a good time, and I was reading some memes out loud, and we thought it was funny. If anybody happened to catch, I don't even want to do it again. It's too embarrassing to.
On
But anyways, guys, welcome to another live to roll. This is just gonna be kind of a fun open Q&A hangout with Bobby and I. If you guys have any questions or anything you want to talk about, pop them in the chat. Love to hear from you. Love to hear what you got on your mind, what you're dealing with, anything like that. So, and hello to everyone in the chat. Is that Lorna? Lorna Poole? Hello,
Loma.
and Jay.
Loma. It looks like Loma.
No, it's an R and an N. There's a
Is there an R? Jeez, that's I hate that I can't blow this up bigger for the print. L-O. There is an R, huh?
well, yeah, I know I'm gonna be here soon with glasses on, trying to read these things because I already do get that where I definitely am having trouble reading things that are close to me. Like on my phone, I will get all blurred out, or even on pages, paper. I have to like distance it. I'm noticing now. I'm like, oh no, I'm getting old. I have to do the far away, like
Is that why you never text me back?
probably.
No,
No,
I'm
that's
kidding.
apparently a Scorpio thing. That's what we're doing.
That's a story.
That's what we were doing on Saturday with stupid astrology meme stuff, which are funny. And hey, Nicole and Derek. Oh, Paul, what's up, everybody? Um, yeah. So what I was originally gonna start some of
Well,
my
here, I'm going to
conversation.
say this one thing. I'm not going to be happy when you get glasses. The only time I'll be happy is when you get the quad gut. Then I'll be like, oh, finally, that finally kick in. So keep feeding them, Leah.
And
Let the
that's what
boy eat.
I do eat very well, and I I eat a lot bigger meals now. I do less snacking, but I eat a lot of bigger. I still do snack, yeah, but 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 yeah, we exercise. We did like a full hour today. Again at the park, pushing and going, and I go. I do have my power assist wheels on, but I go through the grass. I go through all kinds of stuff. We go through the dirt areas.
To make it a little challenging. Yeah.
Yeah, and I just also like to follow. And one of the areas the dog likes to go is just this huge dirt area that's just most of it's flat, but then there's like a few little trail areas that go down in hills, and I can do some of the like less graded ones. And then one time Leah helped me push up one of the steeper ones to get up to the top of the hill, and we saw a family of coyotes, which was awesome when I was up there. Like they were down
Okay.
in the bottom. They were like in a little. We saw a baby coyote today. He was sleeping in the shade at the park under one of the trees, and I
That's so
guess
sad.
I guess yeah, Leah and Axel the dog startled him, and he kind of like woke up and just like slowly just trotted off away and walked away like through the park like yeah, and the dog loves it. The dog just like yeah, crying for it like I want to come back.
Yeah. I want to play with you.
Yeah, he thinks he wants. He thinks he's a wild animal, a coyote. Like when he saw that family
Have you?
coyotes, he was losing it.
Uh,
Uh,
well, I'm gonna. I know we haven't even done our introductions, but
I know.
when you said about your exercising, I hit a goal today, a big goal today for myself. So I do these conquered challenges. So you can find them online, and it's like you pay money, and most of the reason why you pay money is for the medal they're going to send you once you complete your goal. And I'm very goal oriented, so and I must have like probably 10 of these now, but like even like 3 weeks ago I finished in a year I rode 2,000 miles on my bicycle.
Yeah,
So I
that's impressive.
finished the Route 66, 2,200 miles.
Did
It
you?
took me like, yeah, it took me let's just took me. So you get these medals. So I'm like, okay, cool. That kind of motivates me. And then a lot of they give 20% of the profits to cleaning the ocean for plastics
Cool.
or planting trees. So you get a little, it goes to something good. Well, this morning on my 3 mile push that I try to do 3 times a week, since February to today, February 1st, I finished my 180 miles. So I'm halfway done with doing 365 miles in a year. So that means 1 mile for every day. And
Dang.
today I finished I forget what challenge that was for. It was for some island in Canada. Um, those weirdos up north. Um, like because I only said that because Paul's up in the chat, but it was for some island, and it was 186 miles. So now and then once you finish them, you get a little discount for another one. So I signed up for another 180. So that will make my 365. So 1 mile for every day for a year. But I get 3 to 5 miles when I go out pushing.
Dang, man. Yeah, that's pretty cool that you can do like that little bit of a reward kind of
Yeah,
incentive. Um,
and you can let it go to anything. So like I have two separate medals, one for my biking. So when my Strava hits, um, and I did a bike ride, your Strava knows that it was a bike ride, and then the Conquer Challenge, it talks to the Conquer Challenge app and says, "Oh, apply these miles for this medal because that he just selected cycling for that." And then you goof. um, and then I select another medal for my pushing. So I always have two going on at the same time. And then, for anybody who wants to challenge themselves, you can make it towards working out and apply your own amount of distance. So they have a calculator like doing this kind of exercise, like let's just say swimming gives you this many this far and you can put it in no matter um, what you're doing, whatever kind of exercise you want to put in. So it's a good way to keep yourself motivated.
yeah, no, that is actually really cool. That's a cool thing to try to keep yourself like kind of accountable and motivated. I know the Strava app and stuff like that, having groups and things like that is also really cool. Just even having people kind of you can be like, check out my workout. What'd you do? I know like you and Paul do stuff like that. Um,
Yeah, we and then some friends, and I always get to see my brothers ride, and made some friends when I was at this big bike fest a year ago, and so now I follow him. He follows me. Give you a thumbs up. It's the social media for exercise.
nice.
So,
That's cool. Yeah,
well, I'm gonna go. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I can say I'll have to check that thing out. Check that out. That's kind
Yeah,
of a
you'll
cool.
have to check it out because then if you're doing those kind of little pushes, it's and they have you can do choose a different uh, distances for, different metals have different distances. So like you can start, I think my first one was Mount Fiji, and it was for 25 miles, and that was my first one. So and then you can even do it as a group. Paul and I have done one together where I apply miles, he applies miles. So and then Paul and I did it with a bigger group for just working out, and I think that one was like 2,000 miles, and so it took us like 6 to 8 months. And every time we worked out together, we'd all do the math as it told us for miles, and we put in the miles. So
No, that's cool. No, I like that stuff. That is really cool. I was gonna just quickly to go back to the chat because Jay earlier had asked. Um, oh, I guess I'll check. I'll get to that one. Chad's comment in a second. Um, but
yeah.
uh, but but yeah, Jay actually asked about if we have a solution for elbow skin breakdown, and I know that is an issue, especially with power chairs. And even for me, like if I'm at the desk, if I constantly want to put my elbows on stuff, I want to lean on things. Um,
Yeah,
and
I
yeah, no,
yeah.
I've had plenty, and I do have to monitor that and kind of make sure because I do have little scars that I have gotten plenty of little like cuts and things and like
Mhm.
small openings. Nothing ever really bad. Well, once I did get a MRSA infection, like in the elbow, and it blew up. But so that one was bad.
Nothing
But
bad, but MRSA, I could have died, but that wasn't that bad.
but I do know that it is a pretty common issue for us quads, especially. I think we all have pretty bony elbows,
Yeah.
and like to lean on stuff and take some weight off of our like head. Like carrying your head around is heavy all day, man. It's nice to lean on something.
So I do have a solution for Jay. I don't know if you had one.
I was just gonna say one of the things I would suggest if it's mainly on his power chair armrest, maybe look into getting like a memory foam or a gel. Like they make pads for like typing, possibly, for like your wrist for in front of a mouse or different things like that. They make some pretty soft gel ones. That was gonna be my suggestion because I have a friend, Mike DeYoung, that works and I remember, like, I've gone into he works in like an automotive thing at the front, but he wears elbow pads to work, like just like ones that are neoprene sleeve with like the little, like, they're like the McDavid, I think. They're just like the cheaper ones.
Mm,
But for that same reason, because all day he's kind of leaning on his elbows doing stuff. And I remember him telling me years ago, he used to get like little, cuts, sores, and the elbows opening up. So that's one thing he does. I know just like literally wearing a elbow sleeve with a pad in it. But I think like the gel pad thing might work good.
yeah, I got this. And if Jay hit me up on Instagram, I'm here. But I used to have these cushions for that I used, and they had these individual. It's called Floam, and so um, it's like soft memory foam. Um, and I actually sometimes the reason why I had this out is sometimes I use it, like you said, for your desk, and I'd put my elbow there. And so I had one on my desk until I broke the hole and the gunk came out. It was gross. Um, so I can send you this, Jay. I got a bunch of other ones, and my other suggestion is on Amazon finding a sleeve that have the elbow pads in it.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's what
Now,
Mike uses, is like a sleeve
yeah,
with the
that
elbow pad in it.
yeah. So, but yeah, because elbow pads are like what we think of elbow pads. That's just going to be, like skateboard elbow pads or something like that. Um, you know, I, people used to tell me back in a long time ago, why don't you wear elbow pads? And I'm like, because they're just uncomfortable. But now with these sleeves with the elbow pads in them, they're not big and bulky, but You just have to wear the sleeve all day. And Jay, it's a Floam pack. Um, they they usually go into a Autobach cushion, and they don't make the cushion anymore. But I have all these Floam pieces from all the cushions I've had. I always saved them, so I
Yeah,
can
and
send you them.
Paul suggested he has an old gel piece from an old J cushion as an elbow pad on his desk. So you can kind of repurpose, I guess, some of these cushion parts like Bobby's.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because my it was built with these Floam packs, and then foam was around it to hold them all in. So my cushion was foam with those, and I use those foam pieces all the time. I start cutting them up, put one there. Like when my ramp closes, I use the foam piece and I glued it to the ramp underneath the ramp. So when I'm driving, it doesn't rattle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's smart. That's a good idea. That's what we were thinking about doing something like that with the ramp in our van. Or trying. I was thinking about little pads to stop the rattle on that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
You know
no.
what? It's 20 minutes in. We haven't even done introduction. So I was just going to really quick go. I'm Bobby Rohan, C56 Quad, Southern California of 36 years.
Okay, yeah, I guess we kind of just jumped into talking and hanging out. But yeah, I am Shawn Fluke, C5, C6 quad for the last 21 years. And Angry Quad asking where Tom is. And Tom's just taking a break from the channel for a while now. So he's not going to be on for a while. He's got some personal things to work out before um, anything. So yeah, just always most important is personal health and well being. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, don't. Oh, and he also said don't cut the gel packs.
No, no,
But
no,
yeah, you
no.
don't want to cut the actual
Yeah,
gel
that
pack.
is, yeah, no, no.
Use
I cut
you gotta use
the foam pieces from my old cushion off, but not the gel packs. No, that would be a mess, and you can't get it back together. So
yeah. So that's what. And another material that I know, our friend Delman, that he does the like hand cycling, the but like that, like he's in one of those really low, compact, lightweight things, and does those long distance hand cycle races. But I guess the inside of the shell, where his butt is and his back and stuff, is all pretty hard plastic. And he actually uses one of the lightweight, um, they're like roll out, what's it called? Like a foam mat for camping, like a sleeping mat. It's like a roll. It's got like little
oh
hexagonal
yeah, yeah, yeah,
patterns
yeah.
on it, and it's really soft. I actually used a piece of it in my backrest for some years ago. He like gave me a piece, and I shoved it in there because I was getting like the little like just rubbing kind of happening from like the straps in my backrest. So I put it
Mm-hmm.
over the straps, and it seemed to help. But that's another like really lightweight material that does, I think, pretty well with stuff like that as well. I was just thinking because the gel can be a little heavier if that's a if
Yeah.
that's an issue for where you're putting
So
it.
so Dell cuts it up into pieces. So he cuts
Yeah,
whatever
he'll
weight
buy
you
like
want.
the full. He'll buy a full pad like mattress one, and then he basically like cuts the foam to form fit into his seat, and that's what he uses. Like, and yeah, I guess he hadn't had any issues with sores or anything over all the years of racing and using it. So that's just another kind of pressure solution. Um,
You
Jay
know,
said,
Jay asked sheepskin, and that is another great pad. The problem I've always sensed with sheepskin is it gets dirty really quick. Where like something of is easier to wipe off if you need to of certain material, and you can use the sheepskin on that inside of on your armrest if you wanted. And I think they make black, so obviously you can use black sheepskin, and then that won't show the dirt as much.
yeah, so that is a good helpful tip for using that kind of thing. And I actually just thinking about this now, I actually do want to put a little something on the armrest part in the van because I do tend to lean on it a lot, and sometimes like I will feel my elbow kind of like rub funny and like give me like a weird sensation up my arm. And on my older van, I did have that, and that was actually I used a sleeve elbow pad, like we were just talking about, like one of those sleeve elbow pads. And then I don't know why this was the solution I came up with like 20 years ago almost, but I used those little foam pieces that you put on like utensils, the circular foam pieces. And I just like I taped three of them kind of together, strapped them into that thing, and my brother screwed that into the armrest, like on the side there. Like it was basically an elbow pad with extra little foam like cushioning, and it worked for a lot of years. It did get ripped up over some time, but I didn't get any pressure sores. It
Going a little ghetto style.
was a little ghetto, but I was we made that I was probably 22, 23, and my brother was probably 17 or something like that. I mean, it wasn't like we were.
No,
Uh,
I've made things in my day that were really makeshift, and then going to a rugby tournament, seeing what somebody else came up with, and it's like so much cleaner and better looking. I'm like, oh, duh. Okay, I could have done it that way too, instead of like all ghetto style like that.
yeah,
No, those yoga mats aren't stuffed. No, it's my wife actually has a really good yoga mat that is pretty thick. That would make a great pad for anything.
yeah. You could probably cut that up and not have an issue. I feel like I don't know if they're. I don't think they're like it's not gonna like nothing's gonna leak out of the pad. It's like a foam.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I think, and Patrick said, he uses that 1 inch Rojo cushion
yeah.
when riding. I know if you looked on Rojo, they make a lot of different of those, like that 1 inch. You don't put the air in it, so it has no valve. And I think, Jay, they make them for the armrest. Um, and you can buy them like that. So like you can put the Rojo, that 1 inch Rojo, into your armrest or on your armrest, and that might work.
Okay. Yeah, so that's a good. I think another pretty good solution. And then Derek says he's cut pieces of pool noodles, and that's a pool noodle foam is a cheap, easy foam used for a lot of stuff. I know a lot of people use that for other type of bumpers and paddings and things. So
Hmm.
those are,
Yeah,
yeah,
I see that on armrest a lot. Um,
yeah,
People, yeah, you just slice it down the middle and then put it over. Or if you have one of those round tube armrests, then all you have to do is poke it through and cut it down to size.
nice. There we go. Oh yeah, that's a seems like a good solution. So hopefully that helps, Jay. I don't know if maybe
Yeah, that
try
was.
a couple of those things or try one thing. If it doesn't seem like it's working, and try something else.
Yeah.
And then real quick, Chad mentioned, and I didn't realize this, but he says, "Congrats, I'm on the PVA cover." I did an article for PVA. I did a little interview thing with the lady, which is cool about the podcasting and about podcasting about live to roll stuff, and having like disability podcast stuff. So that's cool. Oh, that's pretty cool that he's that picture too. That's awesome. Maybe I'll. Can you send that to me? I might. I'll see if I can pop it up. But thanks for letting me know, Chad. That's cool.
I was trying to find it myself right now. Let's see.
Yeah, I know. That's cool. And that's one of the pictures that Leah will sometimes do, and she'll just take pictures like while we're doing the show, where she's like sitting on the couch. Today she's working hard doing a bunch of inventory, folding shirts and counting and
Yeah.
packing stuff. But a lot of times, if she is able to sit, she's sweet and she'll take pictures of me because for some reason she thinks I'm cute.
I don't
Uh,
know.
yeah, me either.
I was
Well,
going to say, I'm sure it's because you're paying her a lot, but I know you don't have much money. So,
yeah, no, she's on volunteer. She's
volunteer of the year.
yeah. uh, and yeah, no worries, Jay. Um, Austin actually asked how we stretch our traps. Do you? I know you're pretty do a lot of stretches and working out and stuff. Do you?
For me, it's like a lot of times one of the ways is getting your arm back like this. So um, one arm at a time is one way to go, and then another is kind of opening up, grabbing behind, like I grab behind my wheels
I like that
and do it
stretch.
like. And then after you've done it that way, then you also bring your shoulders together, head down, and arch your back. So in yoga, it's like this is called cow, and then because your chest is sticking out, so head up, arms back. So I don't trust my balance, so I do it this way, and I get my shoulders back. And then this is called cat. So it's called cat and cow. So that's one way. Also doing like a twist. So when I do my twist for my back, I bring my hand on my knee this way and twist, but it's also twisting or stretching right there on the back of my traps because we tend to get real tight in there from pushing and just the lack of other muscles around that area. Um, it really pays off to for a good stretch.
Nice. Yeah. No, that is. I like those stretches. I do both of those. The twist and then the trap one back. I definitely. And you'll see me. I'm like, I'll be sitting at the desk, just kind of like doing little arm circles, like moving back and forth. Like I constantly, if I sit too long, my muscles start to feel like I get more pain. I feel like they get tight and sore. Um, and Jay
Mm-hmm.
actually put do the YMCA. Yeah, that works.
Yep, yep. Or another is uh, shrugs. So shrugging up
Yeah,
and then coming down. Shrug up, hold, coming down, and you can do it one at a time. And then shoulder rolls.
yeah, the rolls. I like the roll.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
this way.
So that's what Leah asked when we're gonna do some live quad workouts, and I mean maybe we can do like a little hybrid show with staying driven over there. Do like a little.
We'll get Coach Paul to, and we'll do it. We'll do the work, and
That'd be
you
fun.
know,
I'd be up for that. Maybe we can do that as either one of our early Tuesday ones, or like I said, trying to do maybe some different like Saturday kind of different things. Like so, maybe we can even do like one of those on a Saturday or something. Be fun. And but if you guys don't know, you can do a lot of different, not specifically quad, but very quad friendly because Bobby and Paul are both quads that are coaches for Staying Driven. So if you guys want to check out Staying Driven, check out. I know they have a pretty a very fair price for like the membership, and there is so many workouts literally like every day you can do. So it is really cool.
30 $30 a month. $30 a month. You have 4 different classes you can take throughout the day. Um, and you can check it out at stayingdrivenlive.com.
Okay, stayingdrivenlive.com. Can make sure to add that in here
I
too.
know I should, yeah. Jay, if I can figure out how to, I could, I just need to stabilize the camera better than the setup I have. And then we can stream while online and talk about the areas that I'm in. So, uh,
Yeah, you could do something like that. We could try to have something like that, like because I could show you how you can kind of set up and stream direct from your phone, um,
yeah.
and do just like a direct, you mount it, just get the mount up on the thing and do a ride. That'd be pretty cool to watch and for people to hang out with on.
Hmm. Yeah.
So that's cool. And
Why can't I find, I cannot find that cover.
I was gonna look for a second right now too, but Leah just sent it to me already. She texted it to me, so she found it.
How'd you find it, Leah? Put that on the link or the. I put in PVA magazine.
It's yeah. She said it's their magazine.
Yeah, I
So
couldn't find the magazine.
see, and
I
I
thought, oh, I it's PN. It's PN online. Okay,
oh
I
yeah
found it
yeah.
now.
Sorry, it's the P yeah it's the PVA, but their magazine is called PN. So
Yeah, PN. PN. Well, look at you.
uh, uh, let me see here. Try to pull it up here and
Yeah.
okay. Oh, that's cool. It's got the full like the full thing. You can pull up the entire magazine on digitally on here. Okay. Well, I'm gonna have
Mine.
to.
It
The,
says I have to pay for it.
oh, really? I didn't click on
Mhm.
the lower ones, but I don't know. It's coming up on mine. The contents and stuff. I'll have to see. It's just a straight PDF. Leah found she knows how to find all the stuff in there.
Oh, the podcast one. Yeah, I see it there. Yeah.
So I was gonna try to download, but it wants to download all 52 pages of it. I don't want to do that one. uh, all right, we're going on with the show. Figure it
All
out.
right.
I'll try to put the link in there later. Um,
Yeah. Not
actually,
before the
Derek had another question for us in there too. If anybody else is dealing with any wounds, um, and he has three. Fortunately, they're not big, but little ones still you got to make sure to be careful of and take care for sure. So they can turn into worse ones very quickly. So just make sure to stay on top of them. Do you have a wound care specialist or anything like that helping? Oh, and
Yeah.
Paul mentioned in there get that foam the phone mount that like he has on his bike.
Yeah, I know.
It seems
Yeah.
quite stable.
Yeah. I gotta. It's just like I said. I gotta set it up. Um, uh, Angry Quad says uh, about strengthening on your own. What about strengthening on your own? It works, yeah, and it's also always more motivating to do it with a group. That's what I'll have to say about that.
Yeah, it does help because it keeps you motivated, keeps you a little bit accountable. You're like, if you're there by yourself, sometimes like, I don't really feel like finishing this. but but if you're doing it with some other people, you got friends there, kind of, and they're going, it kind of keeps everybody motivated to keep doing it.
Yeah, and Derek, if you thought about working out with us to strengthen that shoulder, that's something we would help you work on. And we have a few people that join us, and then we try to work and strengthen the muscles around that area as well. That uh, you can definitely it will definitely help that shoulder with strengthening some of those portions around it. So, and then angry quads. Yeah, I couldn't find that either. The wound questions.
It was up. It was back a little ways in the chat there. I had highlighted it on the side to make sure I didn't forget. I've been trying to get a little bit better with that. But
It's called peer pressure. Come on, Olivia, work out with us.
see, that's why she doesn't want to do it. She's feeling the peer pressure. She's like, no, you guys are gonna pressure me into this.
Mm.
uh, Oh, and Derek
Oh,
says he's
yeah,
got back and
there it
butt.
is. Anyone else dealing with wounds? I have it looks like stage three. Fortunately, they're not big.
No,
Or
I think it's just three different
I
wounds.
have three. Yeah. You know, another, and I'm going to give this to Derek. Um, you can get these on uh, Amazon and get they're either Mepiplex and there's the sacral patches. So you can get these big patches like 9 by 9 if you want that, depending on where they're at. So it's actually, it sticks on, they can be on there for a month. If your wounds are not, open, anybody getting redness where it looks like it's about to open, using zinc, the white pasty zinc or desiccant, putting it on the wound and then covering it. That will also help with the skin and getting better and also give you a little bit of padding. Paul, who's in the chat, um, has had one when he drove down here, and so we gave him some patches for the ride home. So if you're like, they're great for if you're doing a long day of riding in the car and driving, from out of your wheelchair. Those work. So there's different brands out there, but getting these big, sacral patches really, really pay off. Kind of like when you start seeing redness, is a perfect time to get on top of it with that desiccant. It's because it's like a diaper rash.
Yeah, and that's what the with the moisture and things like that, like a diaper rash, like it just makes it makes things very hard to heal. So using stuff like that that draws that moisture out um, is definitely helpful and beneficial to healing those wounds. Um, yeah, that's what I've been really fortunate through my life of having only a couple like pretty minor like abrasion kind of sores. I've never had to be like hospitalized or have any surgeries or any like long term things. So I'm very fortunate. But even when I had the last one, which is about 2 years ago now, almost, we used the Mepiplex, and that was, and that was
Yeah.
and then yeah, that's what Leah did. She would do a saline rinse on it, just with like a little saline thing, dry, and then what was the stage in between? And then pad dry, and then just oh yeah, the cream. There was a I forget what the cream is. It's a like a thick kind of barrier one.
Yeah, you want a barrier cream on Amazon. If you look up wound care creams, there's some that will help. Some creams that will help strengthen that skin a little bit. With the aloe and vitamins in the lotion or the actual cream will help protect and strengthen that skin. If you're seeing a lot of redness, because I get redness all the time and stuff that looks like it could get out of control any minute, and we're always pasting on something. So and I've always found zinc works for me, so we bought a big tub of it and just go through it very slowly.
Nice. Yeah, I know that's something a lot of people use, and actually, Black Olive Olivia, that's actually what we did use. That's the exact same one. The comments, the Calmo stuff. That stuff. Calmo. Uh, that's what Leah introduced me to, and that's what we actually used as like a barrier cream for mine, and
Mm.
it did work. Yeah, we used that, then the Mepilex pad, and that thing closed up pretty quick, and no infection, no irritation, nothing like that. So,
And
we're,
then I'm trying to think of the other. There's something else. I just forgot it. But go ahead, Sean. Trying
but
to
yeah, no. So that's what
find.
I was just I like I was just saying. I've been very fortunate to not have any major ones. And I know that we've talked about them on here a couple times with people recommending certain things and different stuff, like the zinc ones and a couple other ones. you guys want to look back at a couple of the pressure sore ones we had, um, yeah, please feel free to check those out. I know we talked about them. We had some guests on as well that had been dealing with some more major sores. So
Yeah, yeah. Got to get on him fast, and I'm glad to, Derek said that's where he was. It Derek? Um, yeah. So he's at wound care right now. So getting on top of him fast, going to wound care early, even if you don't, you're like, well, it just definitely get on it early. Uh, oh, Dylan, that is the hardest one.
yeah, nerve pain.
Mhm. I mean,
Yeah,
you're on what I think they're gonna any doctor would tell you is gabapentin. Um, yeah,
I,
uh,
the one thing that I will recommend on here, and I know it does help for me, even just doing the edibles. But cannabis, using marijuana, really can help with some. Like it's not for everybody. It's not going to work for everybody's body system. Different things might be in different states. It's not accessible. But for me, even just doing the edibles, it I have far less nerve pain through my legs, butt and back through the day if I'm doing those. And if I don't, that increases like exponentially through the day. So
yeah, and
yeah,
Dylan. I mean, um, I don't know if you caught the beginning, and I was talking about so far since February 1st, I've pushed 180 miles, and I have a flat neighborhood, everyone. So I'm not doing hills or anything like that. I have one little, it goes up, and it might resemble a hill of a small, slight uprise, I would say. But other than that, I don't have it. It's flat. So it's easy for me to push around my neighborhood. And luckily, now, and I push in the street, and my neighbors know, I'm always out there. So, I don't get worried about cars, and um, they pass me with care for the most part. But
yeah,
working out for me really takes away my nerve pain, because you're working hard and you're thinking about something else. And I think in the last, you know, 4 years, one, I've just always loved working out and staying in shape, but a lot of it is, it's, to relieve that pain. If I'm laying around, not laying around, and I shouldn't say that, and I don't think you are, but uh, when I'm at my desk doing work, or not really busy, and around the house, and you know hanging out with my wife, or we're playing a game in the backyard, a board game, it's tremendous. It's just like, oh. So really getting out on my hand cycling cycle, and hand cycling, the miles that I do, and the pushes I do, and the workouts I do, you know it's kind of like I'm trying to run away from the pain. Um, and it definitely helps. And when I'm done, sometimes I'm so tired, and I'm like, taking a while. And so an hour after I work out or something, it's gone. I don't feel it like I usually do, but like during the show, especially when we talk about it, that nerve pain goes up and up and up.
yeah. No, I agree too. The For me, both stretching and move, like working out, moving, just like moving the muscles. For me, once my body starts to tighten up, it seems to really increase my pain. Like once if the and that's probably why the cannabis, doing like the weed pill things help, because it's relaxing my body when I can't maybe stretch or work out my legs or like core area. And yeah, because that's what I do notice. Like if sometimes sitting in my chair all day for a long period can be where like my body's just getting tight. I'm sitting, it's just uncomfortable, and that will increase my pain. So like if I can get out of the chair for an hour just to like stretch my body out, like kind of just do that little shift midday type of thing. Uh, Even just driving sometimes, like transferring to the driver's seat to drive, even if it's only like a 20-30 minute drive, will help because I'll kick out spasms. I'll move, like it'll be, like they release a lot of energy during the transfers, and then the changing of the seating position just seems to help for me as well, like that.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, and getting, I mean, some of it is, like Derek just said, getting out and driving my chair definitely takes my mind off the pain. Yeah, being active in some sort, definitely does help some of that nerve pain. It doesn't solve it, it doesn't, cure it or anything like that. And I think for all of us, it's always that nighttime that sucks because you gotta sleep and or you gotta uh, rest your body, and so that's when mine definitely is the worst, especially in the morning.
yeah, that's I get when my body's super tight in the morning. I get a lot of um, just different nerve pains and stuff through my legs, and um,
And for angry quad, it's not, no, I don't only push, but I do the hand cycle, which I don't know what direction. That's my hand cycle back there. um I don't, it's not because I don't want to, but see
um,
my
I mostly nowadays do just push. I don't do a lot of other workout stuff, but I do a lot of stuff just physical moving activity doing. So I'm starting to do yard work. I
rock.
got one of those little easy hold things. Got a lightweight push broom. It'd be my duty to start sweeping. So gonna do like that classic workouts of doing stuff. uh, and then Angry Quad put your bed is your best frenemy. Because yeah, you do really need to get in sometimes, stretch, move, but it also you don't want to spend all your time in the bed either.
Mhm.
And then
you know
also, oh sorry,
Go
Angry
ahead.
Quad also just asked what I do to stretch, and I actually do have a couple of videos up of my morning stretching routine, but I spend about an hour in the morning stretching, and it is kind of a workout too. So like, because I am not just like sitting my feet in position or like legs in position, I take each leg and I kind of do like a up down, like I let it extend as far as I can and then pull it back up to my chest, and I do that 50 times with each arm on each leg. So it's basically like 100 pullbacks on each arm every morning I do, because there's 50 on each leg, and I'm doing so I guess that I feel like that's a little bit of a workout. I do take a full hour to do it, and I really get my legs stretched out. And then in the afternoons, I've been doing it a little bit more before we get into bed sometimes, or like when we get into bed, but like before going to bed, I'll stretch for a bit. And occasionally now I've been like, if I need to take a break out of the chair and lay down for an hour, I won't just lay. I will kind of actively stretch and move my legs around and keep shifting positions to kind of keep getting that. And no, I do not get on the floor.
Neither do I. No. I've
uh,
seen you angry get on the floor. It's impressive how you get up and off the floor. Um, I don't know if you only have it that one way where you straddled that bench and then got on the bench and then got in your chair. That was amazing. But no, I'm not a big floor person. Um, and I probably don't stretch in the morning as much as I should, like you, Shawn. The only one I do is we bring my knees up and then drop the knees side to side. So as I drop the knees to the right, I'm twisting to the left, and we hold it there for about 10 seconds. And then we go from side to side doing it that way. And then from time to time, we take the feet and the toes and try to point them upwards, like a calf stretch. We do that. Um, and then sometimes bring the knees up again, and then let the knees spread apart as they're bent. So it's like that butterfly.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
that's the only ones I do. But I've been starting to increase little by little, more and more.
yeah. No, I think it does. And I've never noticed. I don't think you have much of the issue where, like, like you can't lay flat, like you don't, your hips and things like that have never haven't contracted. Yeah, you don't have contracture in the anything.
Not not much. I can tell, like it looks like there's a little bit of an arch under my back.
Okay.
Um, I would say. Um,
Oh yeah,
when
and
I
flip.
first wake up in the morning, if I take a deep breath, all of a sudden my legs come up and my knees
Oh
come up.
yeah, me too.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I do. Try to. And Angry Quad mentioned flipping over to stretch your hip flexors. That's one thing I've kind of fallen out of habit of is flipping over onto my stomach to stretch as much. So I gotta maybe get that back into my routine a little bit and to roll because I have previously really.
yeah. With our, I don't know if it's for you. I anytime I get on my stomach, it just doesn't feel good, and I think it's more because of my catheter and
Yeah,
the
the
way
catheter does it.
our catheter pokes out of us, for our supra, and so I think it just pushes on my bladder wall. Because I mean, instantly I'm like, oh, all right, get off, done. I'm done. So I'm not good about getting on my stomach, but I know some people swear by it. I don't know if Paul's still in the chat. I think he sleeps on his stomach.
Oh wow, he sleeps on his stomach. That's crazy.
I think
That
so. I think that's what
that
he's
I mean
told.
that's got to be a good stretch to stay on it all night like that. But that's cool. Yeah, no, I feel like that is really important. Uh,
Hmm.
to do and to keep up. And we are getting near the end of the hour. These ones go by so fast to just hang out
I
and
know,
talk.
but so
Uh,
I was gonna say two more. Jay kind of reminded me. Another one is, yeah, when you're in the bed and you're in long sitting, trying to bend forward and touching your toes. And then
yeah.
I always bring my arms behind me and do that stretch that I showed you earlier, with my uh, arms back and opening up my shoulders. And then what I'll do is go down onto my elbows and hold my elbows. And it's probably more like a strength, but I get on my elbows and I just kind of hold there and then kind of just do this as I'm on my elbows.
Okay, that's
Get a
good.
There are there is a lift for anybody who wants to get on and off the ground in an easy manner. There, I wish I can remember what the brand is. Um, but I have two friends. What they do is they transfer to a chair. And Paul, let me know if you know what Nicole's chair is. Put that in the chat too. But she transfers to a chair, so the chair flops out two pieces. So she slides over onto the chair, and then this chair goes all the. It's for like bathtubs for people who want to get in the bathtub and can't stand out. So you put the chair in there and it goes down. A Hoyer lift works too, but one thing is a Hoyer is so big and bulky, and if you don't, our friends don't have somebody around unless you have the electric one. But um, she gets on the chair and then that goes all the way to the floor. So one of them, our friends, does the yoga stuff on the ground for her, and another friend, that's how she gets in and out of her pool. So she gets down to the ground and then gets into the pool.
Okay, that is yeah. No, that's cool. I've seen the floor lift chair ones. Angry Cloud said a Hoyer. I don't. Does a Hoyer get you off the floor? I don't know. Maybe it can.
Yeah, I can. It can go that low.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're, I've never like of all the times I've been in Hoyer lifts, I always feel like by the time it gets up, the whole pad always slide. I can never get it just right underneath me.
Yeah, I actually haven't really used one, probably since being in the hospital. But we are gonna maybe get one to have in case of emergencies. Something happens to my shoulder and like because it's just too much to have to
And don't
lift.
buy one.
No, I
Look
know.
on,
I'd
yeah,
get one
look.
through.
No, and I'm just saying that in general for anybody who's thinking about Hoyers. There's so many of them out there that people just give them away.
Yeah, I know on the Triumph Exchange. I know there's probably a couple on there right now available. From what I've heard, insurance will uh, pretty well cover that nowadays.
Yeah,
So
that too.
so.
Yeah.
Um, but that's was there anything? Oh, there was actually one other. Derek posed one of those like good like thought questions earlier. Um, we can really quick try to do and then wrap up the show maybe. But if you could cure one complication, what would it be? For him, no more AD, autonomic dysreflexia. But yeah, so I guess maybe one thing besides the not walking, one of the other side complications, or maybe if that's what you would rather have, then. But I feel like most people would rather have like a bowel and bladder or things like temperature regulation over walking or motor function. Personally,
Only because I haven't had a bladder infection in over a year and a half now, or I might have had it, but nothing that ever affected me. So I don't. It's not bowel. It's not bladder bowel anymore because of the colostomy, and I can change it easy now on my own. Um, it probably, if I could have anything back, it would be triceps. Um,
okay. So that yeah, that's the
I think it would be
function.
triceps. Yeah, but if you're talking about something not wrong like dysreflexia, um, I think mine would just not get sick, like the common cold or anything like that. I don't. It's been a while, but I haven't gotten sick in a while. But it's whenever I am sick, I hate it.
Yeah, no, I know. I hate being sick too.
Right? I think it would probably be never worrying about a pressure sore ever again. I think that would be the best.
Yeah. So would that be feeling your butt so you could tell you're getting numb, or just not having
Just your skin is like Superman.
just Teflon?
I
uh,
don't mind not feeling something. I just wish it was like, like you said, like
yeah.
man of steel.
Oh, hey, look at Luis in the chat. Hey, Luis. Hope you're doing well.
Yeah, I hope you're getting better, buddy.
Yeah, I know he's been having some stuff. So yeah, hope you are doing well, Luis. Definitely try to talk to you soon. Oh, Olivia put no periods for when. That's probably and then Jay put he wants his hands back. Miss the dexterity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I can see that. But if I can have it for somebody else, it would. For a few people that I know right now, no cancer. My aunt, and Paul, for you and your family, um, and a good friend of mine that just discovered she's got cancer pretty bad right now. So
I'm sorry, man. Yeah, that is definitely one of those things. It's just there's no that escapes nobody. Cancer can get you any person, anything, no matter where or what else you
yeah,
might be dealing with. Um,
and
that's
and Dylan said a good one. No nerve pain.
pain. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
buttons of
yeah,
steel.
yeah. No pressure sores. That from Robert, and then yeah, but yeah, I think all those things, all the side complications, I feel like to me are definitely walking is definitely the least of it, especially as a quad. But even for I'm sure pairs out there would feel the same. That
Yeah, they're like, hey,
I'd
yo,
rather have the bowel and bladder or the temperature regulation or like any
or
buns of steel.
I'm sure some of the people out there is even just getting some arms like we have. Where if you're that higher quad, like a C3, C4, C3, C2, and one, um, having that lack of arms, So I think it's always, we had this
Yeah,
saying, ventilator quads wanted to be quads, quads want to be paras, and paras,
yeah.
want to
Everybody
be
just wants that next
Superman.
little.
Yeah, it's we always want something we don't have, obviously.
Yeah, everybody wants that next thing. I know. I totally know that one for sure. All right. Let's we can try to start wrapping up a little bit. And actually, on Thursday we're gonna do somewhat of another Q&A, but specifically for bladder management, bladder care. So we'll try to stick to more like bladder related topics. So pop in on Thursday if you guys want to join and kind of discuss anything like that. We actually didn't touch on that, so that's good. We did a lot of other stuff today. We were able to talk about, so that's good. We'll have bladder open for Thursday. You guys join us and hang out for a bit. And here, I did actually manage to find this. Let's go ahead and go. I'll put my fancy little picture up here.
You turn it up.
So that's cool. Yeah, podcasts offer plenty for people with SCI disabilities. So that's cool. They had a big thing about podcasts, not just Live to Roll. They highlighted a bunch of different disability podcasts and info. But it is cool that they use the picture and stuff for the cover. So thanks,
Did
PVA.
they come and take that, or did you send it
No,
in?
I sent it to them. They asked me to send some pictures, and that was one Leah actually had just. She's like, "Here, this. I have." She sent me a couple of the ones that she had taken, while I was doing it, and then because I sent them also one of just me, I think, but I think that's a cooler picture with the. And that is what the inside. That's what I look like most these days here when you see me on the show. uh, uh, but yeah, and Leah always has to mention she thinks I'm very vain. I like looking at myself, so I just think it's cool. All right, it's cool. I like being featured. I like Live to Roll being featured. To check out the article. But all right, you guys, thanks again for hanging out, watching the show with us today. Um, we do always appreciate you guys and support. And and yeah, we'll be back on Thursday with another one. And then next week, we'll be back again Tuesday, Thursday. We'll have some good shows lined up for you guys. I think next Thursday we'll have the Rolling with the Golden Oldies. So make sure to tune in, check them out on Thursday. And we'll be back with another kind of open discussion Q&A. And I believe Brianna should be joining us from the women's show, We'll Grow Chat, and I think even our friend Gretchen. So it won't be just us two dudes. We'll have some ladies in here giving some of their input as well. But all right, guys, thanks again. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Let me also thank our sponsors real quick. Don't want to forget that as well.
Oh
We do
yeah.
really appreciate our sponsors, Mobility Professionals and Urology Professionals. Mobility Professionals is a local DME here in Southern California. So if anybody's looking for a new wheelchair, which I'm getting mine ordered right now, but a new wheelchair, standing frame, commode, anything like that, any of the bigger durable equipment, give them a call. They can help you out. And then Urology Professionals is their sister company, and they're nationwide. So anywhere in the country, you can get your catheter supplies delivered directly to your doorstep. So check them out. Information's in the description below. They'll help you get everything sorted out with insurance and figure all that stuff out. So it's just nice and easy, and you don't have to worry about anything. Just show up at your doorstep. All right. Thank you guys. Appreciate everybody watching, hanging out with us today on the show. Bobby, thanks for being awesome and sharing and hanging out with me as well. All right.
Always a pleasure, my friend.
And I will actually also put the whole PVA link for the magazine in the description in case anybody wants to
Oh,
read
I bet
the
you
podcast.
will.
Hey, like I said, it's not just me. It's all different great podcasts. We're all in here trying to
I don't
support
know.
each other.
Um, Leah, confirm. I don't know if you read the article yet, but as I just scrolled through it, I didn't see anything about Live to Roll in the article, which
Maybe
I'm
they
like, I talked about Bare Bones podcast, the Cure podcast, and then Living Lucky podcast, but not ours.
they just
What the hell?
avoided me for my picture. I guess I don't know. I'll have to check it out and see too.
Yeah. Hey, I'd rather just have the picture on the cover. No, but they should have mentioned our podcast.
Yeah, I know. I would assume that they would. That's weird that they didn't, but yeah, I don't know. I'll have to check it out. We'll see. We can talk about it maybe a little on Thursday if they.
Ooh, yeah. And then like Olivia said, we'll get like a stack of 100, and then at the expo, Abilities Expo, you can sign autographs.
We'll set up a signing thing. I think we could just maybe give them away to people that might like them. Do some sort of raffle.
Oh, you never give away beauty.
uh, you guys are gonna. I'm gonna hear about this after here about how big my head is but no, thank you guys. I appreciate it, and we'll have to check out the article. I do hope they talked about Live Troll and what we do
I know,
on this
and
podcast too.
I'm scrolling really fast, so I'm not because we've been on the show. But I was just like, hey,
But yeah, no, we'll definitely have to check that out. So see. But thank you guys again. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us. We will be back next or week and on Thursday as well. So tune in, hang out. Love to hear from you guys. Live to roll, everybody.
yep, look.